Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching us today. We're in Silicon Valley this week talking to some of the best and brightest companies in the area. On our program is Richard Bernhardt. He's a Senior Director of Marketing and Communications at StreakWave. Richard, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So tell me a little bit about your company.
Well, StreakWave is a value-added distributor. We specialize in the fixed wireless broadband sector, which means that we cover anything that a wireless internet service provider, a service provider, or a vertical applications provider would need to access and use the internet.
And you've probably seen a lot of change in the market over the last few years, I imagine.
Absolutely. The market itself has changed both in its cost structure and in availability. There are now a much wider range of products available, radios and systems for people to use to get onto the internet. And secondarily, the cost has come down so that small providers can now afford to do what large providers used to do.
Now, in terms of technologies, how do you keep up with the different sorts of technologies, and do you need to worry so much about which ones will be successful and which ones won't?
Well, like any business, we do need to keep tabs on which technologies are advancing and which ones are moving along, and which technologies are important to the government and to the businesses. So we have a stable of about 42 different manufacturers that we deal with, and we work with industry councils and industry associations like WISPA, Wireless Internet Service Providers Association, and the TIA, Telecommunications Industry, to try and stay abreast of that type of thing.
Yeah, it's very important. I know, for example, WiMAX LTE, that fight has been an interesting one, and we'll see what happens at the end of it, but LTE has taken off in the last few years pretty amazingly.
Yeah, it's a dynamic technology. WiMAX is still alive, though it's not quite on the predictions that it was maybe 5 years ago. But one good thing about broadband industry is that it has, as you indicated earlier, a dynamic range of technologies, and therefore different people use different technologies.
So what are some of the pains you take away for your customers?
Well, most of them are trying to stay up in a tough economy. So maintaining the ability to keep equipment affordable, the total cost of ownership for their equipment is important. But believe it or not, most of our clients have thrived during this downturn, because it's pretty much a given these days that people want broadband, need broadband, and it's become a fundamental part of their business.
Really supporting all the devices that are out there, and the device momentum seems to be unstoppable, right?
Right, which means that you have to have more and more opportunities for bandwidth, and with Wi-Fi and WiMAX and satellite and all different providers providing through different methods, you can provide for all of those different devices.
And your distribution is primarily in the U.S.?
No, we distribute, we have a major distribution center in the United States. We have 3 different offices here in San Jose, California, in Cincinnati, Ohio, and in Salt Lake City, Utah, but we're a global distributor. We distribute all across the world. We have an office in Curitiba, Brazil, and we're actually expanding as we speak.
It's good. So are you seeing even faster growth outside the U.S., or what?
Absolutely. Those countries that don't have built-in-the-ground infrastructure, no copper in the ground, as it were, are looking to grow their wireless availability greater probably than even the United States.
That's great opportunity. So the future for your company is more expansion internationally, I imagine.
Absolutely. We opened our office in Curitiba, Brazil about a year ago, and it's going gangbusters. We do very well in Asia, and in most of the globe at this point is looking for options.
Great. Thanks so much for being on the program.
Appreciate it. Thank you.